Hey there. This is a quick demo on how we can create a lead capture form embedded on our website and funnel those leads into a drip campaign on the Cashflow Portal CRM. So to start, I'm going to create a new lead capture form, and we have a couple samples here that we provide to new companies. And to start, I'm going to duplicate one of these. I'll take the website embed one, and I'll just duplicate it. Then I'm going to make some changes in the right sidebar here to each of these elements and stylize it more like my company. Okay, now that I've customized the form to look more like my brand, there's a couple of the settings I should take a look at. First one being contact tags. Every contact that completes the form on my website, I want to put them into a tag so that I know that that's where they came from. I can use my website funnel, or I can say free investor guide. Now all those contacts will get this tag. I can change the link. So if I was sharing this link directly with people, I could customize this link to make it more readable, as well as the display name, which is what's going to be shown in the tab here at the top. In this case, I'm going to leave it the same. We could also select a follow-up email or create a new one. However, I'm going to be using a drip campaign in order to follow up with these individuals and also redirect people to a web page upon completion or just leave some thank you text. For now, I'm going to hit save. And now that we're back at our list of lead capture forms, on the right side here, there's an embed button. I'm going to click this and I will copy all this code. Then I'll go to my website. This is on Squarespace. I've gone ahead and pressed add block and I've added a code block, and that's sitting here on the right. I can edit this and I will just paste all this code in directly. Awesome. Now I notice the height's not exactly correct. So we can adjust this a little bit here in the embed. We can adjust this height, say something like 630. You can copy this and paste it in. And if I think it's still too tall, I can also adjust it here in the code. And I think it looks great. Now, before we test this out, I'm going to go back to Cashflow Portal and I'm going to set up my drip campaign so that we can respond to these individuals that fill out my form. Here in the CRM tab, there's a button for drip campaigns, and I'm going to add a new campaign. I'm going to call this my investor guide follow-up, and I'm going to add a new trigger for lead capture form response. Then I'll select my website embed lead capture form, and I'll add a new email. We'll say send email, and we'll create a new email. Now I've created a template that looks like my company's brand. Now that I have that template open, I'm going to add some content I prepared beforehand into the email. And then now that my content's in, I'm going to attach my investor guide. And I want to give people an opportunity to download it in case there's something wrong with the attachment, in case they have support problems. So I'll say download the guide. And then I can add a link here to the guide if it's hosted somewhere else like Google Drive. I think this looks great. Now we can go to the settings and we can adjust the subject for the email. We'll just say your investor guide, and everything else looks good. And review the email to make sure we're happy with everything. And we can save it to the drip campaign. Awesome. Now we'll send an email. And I think I want to follow up. So I can say 1 day later. We'll send them another email. We'll create a new email. We'll have a webinar reminder. Now I can take this template that Cashflow Portal has made beforehand, and I can add all my branding to it. For this demo, I'm going to leave it as is, and I'll save it to my campaign. And I think for now, that's great. Now I'm going to save and start my drip campaign, and we can test everything we've added out. I'm going to go back to my website. I will hit exit, and then I'll try filling out my form. Just fill out some test information, and I'll hit submit. Now I'll go back to Cashflow Portal, and in my lead capture forms, we can see that there are 2 leads. You can actually go to the responses tab here, and we can see these are 2 tests that I did. But let's go back to the contacts list, and we can see this new contact here, Damien Plus Investor. I can click into this contact, and I can take a look at their responses as well. Then if we go over to our drip campaign, go into our campaign, and I can see that these 2 tests that I did, one of them being Damien Plus Investor, is currently waiting 1 day before we go to the second email because they've already received the first email. If this demo has been helpful, this is how we can take advantage of a lead capture form, embed it in our website, and we can funnel new leads into our CRM contact list and into drip campaigns on Cashflow Portal. Thanks.